I mean, the truth is always good. The truth is always good for the soul. You know, what's done in the dark will come to light.
What they're doing now is that they found out that Shannon is the hot thing. They're using the same joke. It's gonna get old and people gonna get tired of y'all saying that Shannon gay and Shannon this.
And Club Shay Shay. Yeah, Shay Shay. Gay. I don't give a gay. Sitting there with them tiny hands on.
In a recent live Q&A session with his followers, Ice Cube, a rapper from straight out of Compton who is renowned for speaking the truth no matter the repercussions, seemed to have revealed some shocking information that might knock Hollywood to its knees.
What I want them to do when I say work with us is to stop working against us. Stop doing that behind the scenes that we know you're doing.
According to the sources who purportedly joined the live stream, the legendary rapper and movie star discussed the evil in the Black community and the reasons why Black people aren't happy when their fellow Black people succeed. He also expressed outrage at the Black community in Hollywood, saying that Black people there would stop at nothing to support one another on their journey to the top, but would stop at nothing to bring them down once they did. Using Shannon Sharpe as an example, he identified the people responsible for the recent and persistent attacks on the podcast host.
I mean, the truth is always good. The truth is always good for the soul. You know, what's done in the dark will come to light.
So, who did Ice Cube mention as attackers against Shannon Sharpe's brand? And were these attacks motivated by a desire to see Sharpe fail, or by valid concerns? I've got all the information you need right here, so stay put while I give you the lowdown on Shannon Sharpe and the attacks on his brand.
For you. I said, can't come for me for what? I didn't say anything. He said they're gonna come, and they're gonna be some people that you thought you might be able to get, that they're not gonna come now. That's absolutely has happened.
The fact that Shannon Sharpe and his brand, Club Shay, are facing severe criticism is no longer a secret. A number of comedians and industry figures have openly attacked Shannon, which shouldn't come as a surprise as Cat Williams forewarned him following Shannon's explosive interview on Club Shay that launched the year. The comedian warned Shannon Sharpe that some people were going to target him.
They even say Club Shay Shay done turned into a message show. He cooning. He ain't for the people. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
Fans of Shannon Sharpe, who is arguably one of the biggest podcasters in 2024, have various theories about why this is happening to him. Some claim that Shannon is a fraud who is only interested in the money that his interviews would generate, not the interest of the Black community, and that he would do anything to project his image to the detriment of Black excellence. Others believe that Shannon is a greedy person who puts his stomach before everything else, which is why he allows his guests to make outrageous allegations that go unchecked and unverified.
What I want them to do when I say work with us is to stop working against us. Stop doing that behind the scenes that we know you're doing.
Some people see Legacy Sharpe's meteoric rise to fame as a threat to their own, and interestingly, they've started attacking in places they know would hurt him the most. They claim that Shannon Sharpe is a closeted gay man who is afraid to come out. Mike EPS was one of the first to hit Shannon with this kind of criticism during one of his stand-up routines. The comedian claimed that Shannon Sharpe was wearing tight pants because he was a sworn member of the Rainbow.
Shannon Sharpe called me trying to do an interview. I said, no, Medea, I ain't doing no interview. So you can sit across and look at my butt.
On why he's taking shots at Shannon Sharpe, Mike EPS claimed that the podcaster tried to get Cat Williams to diss during his turn on Club Shay. He explained that he had no issue with Cat Williams as they both shared a great work relationship on the set of Ice Cube's Friday After Next. He thought that Sharpe was being corny, intentionally goading Cat Williams to diss other comedians, then laughing afterward. Mike felt that Shannon was just being a disingenuous brat who asked questions that would attract more eyeballs, he didn't give two hoots about whose reputation was being destroyed. What mattered to him was the numbers and the subsequent money he would make, not the one to easily take shots. Lying down, Shannon Sharpe shot back in his trademark wild star, even daring Mike EPS to a physical showdown. He called EPS a liar for claiming that Sharpe was begging for an interview, when in reality, it was EPS who made the first move. Sharpe then challenged EPS to meet him at the NBA All-Star Weekend and make those statements he made.
Say my name again, and I'm gonna release the DM because you're lying.
Yeah.
You said I reached out to you to come on Club Shay Shay, and you are
Shannon was visibly angry as he made those statements. He knew he was bigger and stronger than EPS, so he would obliterate him in a street fight, and that's why he challenged him as expected and never the one to back down from a fight. Mike EPS responded to Shannon Sharpe by repeating in his gay allegations he started by saying that he didn't know any man who would go by the name SH Shay if he didn't swing the other way. He then asked why Sharpe would want to fight him when there were many people who had made fun of him on stage. He then cleared the air about who messaged who first by accepting that he was the one who made the first move on why he sent Sharpe a DM. He claimed that the ex-NFL star brought his name up in the interview with Cat Williams. EPS explained that Sharpe was trying to get Cat Williams to say something crazy about him, but Cat didn't take the bait. He responded to the physical altercation proposed by Shannon Sharpe by stating that he would see Sharpe at the All-Star game. He then threatened to put a few bullets through Sharpe if he ever walked up to him.
Don't do no fighting. So, it's only one other option. If you don't fight, you do blank.
Many fans called out Mike EPS for threatening Shannon Sharpe's life over what they termed a small altercation. In their estimation, EPS could have apologized for lying on Shannon Sharpe and for calling him names instead of the threat on his life. Others also thought that Shannon's challenge to EPS was unnecessary and that the two should settle the feud. In their opinion, the EPS-Sharpe beef was much ado about nothing and called on the two industry players to bury the hatchet. Fortunately, the two men listened to the pleas from fans and they ceased fire. Shannon was the first to announce on social media that he and EPS were planning to smoke the peace pipe after the heated confrontation. The two men then had a 15-minute chat where they ironed out their differences, after which Sharpe uploaded a picture of them shaking hands. However, EPS didn't tell his part of the reconciliation, leading many fans to surmise that he was probably forced into burying the hatchet with EPS. The reconciliation, however, didn't stop other comedians from attacking Sharpe. The next person to take a swipe at the Club Shay Shay host was comedian Eddie Griffin.
And Club Shay Shay. Yeah, Shay Shay. Gay. I don't give a gay. Sitting there with them tiny pants on.
Eddie Griffin launched an attack on Shannon Sharpe, saying that the podcaster was a part of the rainbow community. According to Eddie, he saw that Cat was uncomfortable during the entire interview, trying to hide his feelings while Sharpe shoved his ball in his face. Eddie also claimed that Sharpe's drink during the interview gave him away, saying that his lips looked like those of a man who had had an affair. Many fans pointed out that Sharpe made no mention of anyone during the interview, instead directing their ire towards Cat Williams. They were perplexed as to why everyone was criticizing Shannon Sharpe, while they should have directed their annoyance towards Cat Williams.
And Shannon getting this sensitive over comedians cracking jokes about him in the workplace. Work is truly sad. Context is everything. Okay, Starcrest, I get it.
Explaining his classy response, Sharpe claimed that his sister told him to forget about the attacks coming his way and move on. His sister reminded him of their grandmother's words when she was alive. According to him, their grandmother told them that they couldn't fight the devil every day because they were going to fight a never-ending war. Instead, they should pick and choose which battles to engage in. Thus, he wasn't interested in replying to Eddie Griffin's allegations because this wasn't one of the battles he was Willing to fight instead, he would let it slide and concentrate on building his brand the best way. He knows how many fans applauded Shannon Sharpe's classy response to the unprovoked attacks from Eddie Griffin. They noted that Griffin's name never came up during the interview on Club Shay, so his attacks were unwarranted. They called on the veteran comedian to apologize to the podcaster for his jokes and look for reconciliation. Initially, Griffin was at him, but after severe backlash from fans, he finally gave in and rendered an unqualified apology to Shannon Sharpe. Taking to his social media accounts, the veteran comedian explained that he had reflected on his statements against Sharpe and discovered that they were unwarranted. He claimed that his jokes were solely for entertainment, and he didn't mean them to cause discord in the Black community. The comedian emphasized the need for prudence in the workplace and encouraged others to be mindful of the words they use. Griffin's apology had hardly settled when another comedian, Corey Hull, tore into Shannon Sharpe first. Shannon Sharpe had criticized Kyrie Irving for how he played in the NBA, and then from nowhere, Hull jumped to Kyrie's defense by attacking Sharpe.
I think you don't like Kyrie because Kyrie is a hetero.
Sadly, that wasn't the only time Hull attacked Shannon Sharpe on another podcast. Corey took offense at Sharpe's refusal to invite him to the club Shay and took a swipe at him. According to Hull, the podcast host wouldn't invite him because he once commented on Shannon Sharpe's friend who accompanied him to an NBA game. Once again, Hull went for the same insult or probably joke that other comedians had used against Shannon Sharpe in the past and apologized for it. He said that Sharpe hated on Kyrie because he wasn't a part of a club. Moreover, he claimed that Sharpe hated players who were faster. Interview 13. At the time, Shannon Sharpe was accompanied by one of his brand ambassadors, Print, to the game. Print was known to flash his PE whenever possible, leading some fans to argue that Print was actually Shannon Sharpe's love interest. Others, however, didn't buy that line, arguing that Shannon Sharpe knew what he was getting when he signed the gentleman and that Corey Hulk was probably correct. Hulk wouldn't stop there either, as he launched another vicious attack on the social media influencer.
Shit shining, boy. Them people looking at you from the other side.
And it looks, they're like, ooh.
All them people who about to go buy some wine. Buy some wine.
I can't really go. Stop.
Then, in a radio interview, Shannon Sharpe responded to Corey Gamble, but not before addressing the rumors that he had sold out the Black community to get to where he was. Shannon Sharpe stated that whenever a Black man starts to gain notoriety and recognition, people start spreading stories that he has sold out the Black community, and that same community would do everything in their power to bring the person down rather than offering support. Shannon Sharpe also addressed the gay rumors that Corey Hullum brought up, asserting that he had nothing against gays. Shannon Sharpe also clarified that the Black community still frowns on gay relationships, which is why it's so important for anyone to be accused of being a member of the rainbow family. Shannon Sharpe said that it was time for Black people to accept gays and welcome them into their fold without prejudice.
This one guy, he wants to come on my show, but I don't have any respect for him, and I don't think he's funny.
Who that?
And so I don't really pay any attention to him. If he keeps it going.
Many fans once again praised Shannon Sharpe for the APT's response to Corey Hull's constant attacks. They believed that Sharpe had grown up since his first encounter with Mike EPS and questioned why Black people always had issues with their successful relatives. They also wished that Shannon Sharpe's people would stop attacking him. It is likely that Shannon Sharpe's words reached Corey Hulk, who, like the others before him, apologized for them.
Shannon, if I ever said something that went too far, I apologize, bro. I apologize. I don't want you to be all upset like that. I'm a silly mom.
The Hollywood elite are suspected of being behind the attacks on Shannon Sharpe. This theory sounds strange, especially when you hear it for the first time, but wait till you hear the reasons conspiracy theorists are giving. Shannon Sharpe's podcast feels like a place of confession where people go to expose the evil in the industry. Some fans, however, started to wonder why people would attack him only to backtrack when he issued an appropriate response. It appeared as though the entire thing was planned to bring him down, but so far it wasn't working.
Who wanted to get anything off their chest.
No, I want you to tell it. You really are the best. You proving it here today. As much as I'm proving it, you prove it.
It was in the same interview that Cat Williams claimed that Diddy offered him $50 million 4 times to access his virgin hole, but he had to tell him no. He also claimed that 2024 was the year that all the big D deviants in Hollywood would be brought to book. Why? Because he sort of had a premonition that people would begin to expose them, forcing the law enforcement agencies to open investigations into them. These investigations would eventually lead to their incarceration and cleanup of Hollywood. As we know it, Cat Williams told Shannon Sharpe race is not where the line is drawn, it's God's side and the other side, and we don't care nothing about the other side, period. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, all lies will be exposed, that's all, and anyone who takes that the wrong way know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light true to Cats. Words: the feds raided Diddy's homes in Miami and La back in March and seized several electronic equipment that would aid them in their investigations. Interestingly, the raid on Diddy's homes revealed a lot of things and confirmed what many of his accusers have been alleging. Sources close to the investigation speculate that investigators are building an airtight case against Diddy, having invited some of the witnesses and accusers for questioning, so you see why the elites would want Shannon Sharpe's podcast to shut down a few weeks ago, and Monique took her turn on the podcast and revealed several evils perpetrated against her by Tyler Perry and Oprah. She claimed that these people had blacklisted her in the industry and badmouthed her to every producer that wanted to work with her. She narrated 2 incidents where director Lee Daniels informed her he had reserved a movie role for her, but Oprah called him and demanded the role. Of course, this part of the interview went viral and several gossip blogs carried it. Many fans called out Oprah for her treatment of fellow Black women in the entertainment industry. Monique's words appeared to have coincided with Taji P. Henson's statements about how the elite treated Black women in the industry. Henson had just starred in The Color Purple and was being interviewed about her role in the movie when she burst into tears over the pay disparity. And guess who was the producer of the film? Oprah Winfrey. In an interview on Sirius XM with Oprah's best friend Gayle King, Henson claimed that she almost left The Color Purple because the pay was too low. I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. Hence, and said after taking a long pause and breaking down, I'm tired of hearing my sister say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, you work a lot, I have to. The math ain't matting, and you start working a lot, you have a team. Big bills come with what we do. We don't do this alone. It's a whole team behind us. They have to get paid, so you see why the elites would want to shut down the Club Shay Shay podcast. Shannon Sharpe appears to have created one of the safest places where people can easily tell their truths and expose lies. They probably see it as a threat to their existence and interests. Thus, they might have hired hirelings to collapse the podcast by spreading rumors about the hosts, as according to some theorists, the reason they're attacking Shannon Sharpe's is because the Black community still frowns on gays and would quickly boycott the podcast if they know that the host is a member of the rainbow community. However, so far Sharpe has navigated those turbulent waters with tact and diplomacy. Hopefully, he would be able to sail through the storm safely, creating a safe space for all and Shuri to air out their grievances. This brings us to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching.